Hello guys, thank you for tuning into my channel. Welcome to my first official Law of Attraction video. Thank you for watching. If you haven't subscribed already, please do so. And let's get started. So what is the Law of Attraction? The Law of Attraction is something that's always working, like the law of gravity. We are constantly attracting things into our lives, like consciously and subconsciously. And that's because of the thoughts that we are thinking. What we are thinking is what we are becoming. And there are a lot of quotes and sayings about this topic. But the way that it works is that our bodies are made up of all kinds of small molecules which are consistently moving and emitting energy, and this energy is what we are sending out into the world, and this energy is called a frequency. And the frequency is actually a kind of intention that we set, because depending on the frequency that we emit to the world, we get a certain frequency back. The law of attraction actually suggests that everything we think, we attract, and the life that we are living right now is a physical manifestation of all the thoughts that were going on in our heads. So everybody is vibrating a frequency constantly, and this is something we cannot see with our eyes, but we can measure it in physical manifestation, or how our lives are looking at the moment, or the things that we have, the materialistic things that we acquire. The thoughts that we have, they set a certain intention, and when we think something, that's where the saying comes from. What we think, we become, because everything that we think will manifest in our physical reality, the things that we can see with our eyes. And that happens constantly, even if we are aware of it or not, like subconsciously and consciously. So the way that it works is that everything that we are thinking, doesn't matter if it's a negative or a positive thought, it will manifest. And that's also the danger, because if you pay attention to the thoughts that you are thinking, and that you assure yourself that you're only thinking thoughts in the right way, because everything you think will manifest, then you can protect yourself from bad things happening to you, or going into a more downward spiral when things are going bad already. You have to train your mind to think in a way that will always give you the opportunity to succeed in life. And that is possible, because with the law of attraction, you can actually reprogram your mind by training your mind to think in a positive way, to phrase and suggest your thoughts in a way that they will manifest in the way that you desire. Because a lot of times we are thinking thoughts that we do not desire and that we do not want to happen, but we're focusing on these thoughts, and that's actually then our reality. And the funny thing is, we blame ourselves then, because we say, see, I told you it would go badly, or this would happen, and then it happens, and then you're like, yes, see, I knew it would happen, and this would happen in a bad way, or that it wouldn't go right. And that's actually because of you, because you manifested, you put your intention on a negative outcome, and you got the outcome. So actually you proved that the law of attraction is working. And a lot of people think, well, maybe this is just some spiritual guru stuff that only some special kind of people are into, or it's just not for me. But it's actually just science. Like attracts like, and what you think, you become. The intention that you set out in the world is the intention that you will receive. So if there are things you're not happy with, you shouldn't focus on those things and saying that you're not happy with it, but you should actually twist it around or turn it around and phrase those things in the way that you do want them. But you have to focus on the things that you do want. If you focus on what you don't want, for example, I have a lack of money, and I keep saying that I have a lack of money, the only thing that I will manifest is a lack of money, because that's the intention that I'm setting out to the universe. So if I want to have enough money, or money in overflow, I want to have money in abundance. So I need to focus on the thought that I have money in abundance, even though in my reality it's not yet that way actually. But your subconscious mind doesn't know the difference between what you actually do have in the physical world and what you don't have in the physical world. Your subconscious mind accepts every thought as true, no matter if you already have it. So it might sound delusional to tell yourself that you have money while you don't, but that's actually how you program your mind to trick it into thinking that you do have that money. And that's when you turn yourself into that right frequency. You start emitting the right energy in order to be on the right frequency to attract what you want. Because the way it works is that we can only attract things if we are on the right frequency. Because as I was explaining, we are constantly sending out energy to the universe unconsciously, because this is not something you do on a conscious level, but it's happening constantly. And if you want to attract something, your energy will decide if that thing that you want or desire is going to happen to you. But if you don't have the right energy, you have a very low energy, then it's impossible for you to attract the thing that you do want. Because usually good things that we want to manifest, happy desires, they have a high frequency. So you should see this as tuning into a radio station. If you have your favorite radio channel that you like to listen to, it has a certain frequency, and you can only listen to that station or to that channel if you tune into the right frequency. And the same is for your desires. If you really want something, that something is already in the world, but you have to know which frequency you have to tune into. And that's not something you have to figure out. It's just increasing your energy and therefore increasing your frequency. So the thing you have to do is make sure that the energy that you're emitting is on the same frequency as the thing that you're trying to attract. You cannot expect to be a millionaire if you have the mindset of a poor person. And by poor person, I don't mean to be poor because of the circumstances that you're in, but I mean a poor way of thinking. Because if you're not willing to invest in yourself, if you're not willing to take opportunities, if you're not willing to see the positive outcome in things that you're doing right now, then there is no way that you can get to the top and reach whatever it is that you want. And I'm using materialistic things in this video as an example because it's easy to use and to compare, but this goes for anything. I mean, if it's a relationship, getting your degree, getting your driver's license, anything. And the funny thing is, a lot of people, they're a little bit skeptical. They think like, okay, I do see like how it could work scientifically, and I understand everything that you're explaining, but is there really evidence? And the funny thing is, after I started getting into the law of attraction, I realized I was already using it without really noticing it. Because a lot of things in our life are logical to obtain. Like everybody graduates from high school, a lot of people go to college and graduate, a lot of people get their driver's license. These are normal things. But if you look at a law of attraction perspective, you can actually understand that you put the intention, or you set the intention to get your high school diploma, and you pass. And the journey might not be easy for everyone. There might be times where you're like, okay, this is very difficult, but you will never tell yourself that you will fail and that it will not happen to you, because the only outcome is that you will get your high school diploma and eventually you will get your college degree. And actually you're using the law of attraction in that moment because you're setting an intention. You're setting an intention to receive a diploma or a college degree. But we don't think about it in that way because it's normal to get your high school diploma or your college degree, but actually you're applying the same technique without even realizing it. Because during your studies, when things get hard, you might like get upset about it or frustrated, but you keep going because you know you have to achieve that goal. But what happens is with other desires that we have, maybe personal, whatever this desire is, sometimes we set an intention to achieve this desire or to get to this goal, and then along the way it doesn't work out. Something happens, like there is an obstacle, and then a lot of people are like, okay, well, I think it's just not for me, and they give up. But if you keep setting that intention and you really want it, and you're also able and willing to work for it, then it should be easy to get to that goal. And if you view it in the same way as getting your high school diploma or your driver's license, then it's actually that you're applying the same technique and it works for both things, only we don't see it in that way because some things are logical to obtain during a lifespan, so therefore we are willing to fight to achieve these things. Whereas our other desires, we see them as optional. We don't need to have them, it's not a must. So the moment you understand that you can actually apply the law of attraction to set an intention for any desire that you have, and that if you believe that this desire is true and is meant to be for you, then it will happen. But you have to have the same faith as the things that are actually normal for you, like getting your own house. I mean, we all expect to get our own house at one point in our lives. So these are very normal things. So when you use the law of attraction, you have to understand that you have to think positively. You have to think about the things that you do want and not think about the things that you don't want. And secondly, you have to make sure you have the right frequency. So you have to be on a high vibration. Be aware of the energy that you are exceeding at the moment, and get rid of the negative thoughts that you have, of the fears, the beliefs that you might not be able to make it, that you might not be able to do it, because that's all in your mind. That's not in our reality. It's our brain protecting us from things that are new or are considered dangerous, or could make us fail, because our brains are designed to protect us from failure and from danger. But as soon as you release all the fear that you have and start believing in whatever it is that you want, your desire, and you focus your intention on this desire, then you can absolutely achieve it. It's possible for everyone. It's not something that just works for certain people. It can work for everyone, but you have to know how to use it the right way. So the message of all of this is that the lives that we are living now, all the physical reality that we see around us, our personal lives, are just a manifestation of our thoughts. So it's okay to say to yourself, I don't like what I see. And this is a problem you can solve, because if you don't like what you see, or you don't like how things are going, then you can actually change that. But you have to use the law of attraction to think the thoughts that will help you to get the physical reality that you do want. And once you start changing your thoughts, changing your beliefs, releasing your fears, and believing in your intentions, setting them, and believing in yourself to a level that you have never done before, because you were limited by what you thought was possible, that's the moment when you can start to attract amazing things into your life and attract all the things that you've ever dreamed of. Your dream house, your dream car, your dream job, anything that it is that you want is possible. So if you're curious to get to know more about the law of attraction, how to use it, what techniques to apply, or how to change your thoughts and your thinking pattern in order to manifest a life that does suit you and your reality and everything that you have wanted, please stay tuned. I hope that you liked this video. If you did, please smash the like button and click on subscribe if you haven't already. And I wish you an amazing day full of blessings, and I hope to see you in my next video.